When one thinks of soup, the first thing that comes to mind is tomato soup. Welcome to Spicebox. Today I will show you how to dress up this humble soup into something spectacular. Ripe and juicy tomatoes are cooked with fresh basil, garlic and onions and then blended to a smooth puree and thickened with fresh cream and served with croutons. To make the tomato basil bisque, we will require 1½ cups of vegetable stock or chicken stock, 1/4 cup basil, save a few for garnish, 1/3 cup cream, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, salt and pepper to taste, 1/4 cup olive oil, 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup of minced onions, 1/2 kg tomatoes and a bay leaf. We'll start by blanching our tomatoes. To do that, you need to put an X mark on the skin of the tomato. Don't go deep, just lightly. This will make it easy to peel the tomatoes after they are blanched. Whenever you make a tomato soup, it's best to use blanched tomatoes because they give the best flavor. So our tomatoes have been scored along the skin in an X mark like so, and then in boiling water, just drop it for about 5 to 8 minutes. Cover. Our tomatoes have blanched. It took us about 5 to 8 minutes. Remove them from the water, let it cool for just about a minute or two, and then very easily, using a knife, the skin will just slide off the tomatoes. Let's heat a pan, add some oil, the onions, garlic, and saute this for just a minute or two. You don't have to brown them, you just have to wait until the color changes. The onions have now become translucent. At this point, add your bay leaf, sugar, give it a good stir, and then add the tomatoes. Now we need to cover this and cook this for about 5 minutes, just until the tomatoes have softened. While the tomatoes are cooking, we'll go ahead and make the croutons. For that you need to take bread, any type of bread, white, wheat, your choice. Take the edges off and then apply butter very lightly. On both sides, and then cut them into cubes or your favorite shape, diamonds or wedges, however you choose. Put them on a pan and let them cook until brown. So as you can see, our croutons have browned beautifully. Just remove them into a pan and set aside till our soup is ready. Now if you want, you could also flavor this with basil or oregano, Italian seasoning and garlic. They all taste wonderful. Our tomatoes have softened nicely. Oh, the smell is just amazing. If you could get the aromas of the tomatoes cooking with the bay leaf. Add the basil and the vegetable stock. And now cook this for about 4 to 8 minutes. Our tomatoes have now cooked down and cooled. We'll remove the bay leaf and blend it to a fine puree. So heat the pan again. Add the pureed tomatoes. Salt and pepper to taste. And the cream. Now after you add the cream, you need to make sure that you don't let it come to a boil or the cream will split. The soup is now warmed through. The cream has melted into the bisque and we are ready to serve. Garnish with the croutons that we had made. And we are ready to serve the soup. Some days when I'm not in the mood to cook something elaborate, the kids and I love having tomato basil bisque with grilled cheese sandwiches. The great thing about this soup is that it could be served warm or cold, so give this soup a try today.